Take this message as in this heartfelt letter, I want you to know that you are more than just another number. I have known your name since the day your heart began to beat. And I want you to know that your smile was a vision in my mind long before you ever breathed. I have looked forward to each minute of your existence with the joy of a father, ready to share in your joys and sorrows, your dreams and your hardships. My heart is full with love for you, my child. You are not just another soul floating through space. You are the center of my universe. World, but a priceless creation fashioned with heavenly purpose. I embrace you now with welcoming arms, yearning to promise you my heart is always open. May you feel the comforting embrace of that embrace whenever you feel far away, burdened, or in the same way that a parent's eyes light up with unfaltering affection for a loving child. My look upon you is ever kind, ever welcome, and my love for you is unending, regardless of how well or poorly you perform. My beloved, pause for a minute and breathe deeply. Let your mind and spirit rest in the knowledge that I am here and adore you. I watch every moment of your life. I share in your joy when your smile brightens your face, and I comfort you when your sorrow casts a shadow. Transform your perception as I embrace you and feel the burden of your suffering. If you have ever questioned my care, let this moment to eliminate any deception. Whispers that you are alone, yet I am nearer than your breath. Maybe you have. I want you to know that my love for you is unwavering, like the sands of time, and that it will be there for you no matter what, like a beacon that leads the way anytime you need it. I've always wondered whether there is a love that never fades or a peace that doesn't break when storms come. Lean on me, and I will be the safe harbor where your tired soul may rest. Even on the days when you feel like giving up, my love is unwavering, and it will be there for you through the good times and the bad. Away from me, wondering if I've pulled back, please know that I've never abandoned you. Even when you can't see me, I'm working in ways you can't fathom. I can see your whole journey, from its modest start to its a glorious finish, and I will accompany you through the valleys and the peaks. If you listen closely, you will hear my soft voice, assuring you that you are loved and desired. Oh, my child, let go of your burdens at your burdens, whether they be regrets, worries, or wounds that seem insurmountable at times, are never meant to be carried alone. Instead, I offer you my peace and the comfort that comes from knowing that the one who created the stars also cares deeply about your heart's desires. Courage in this truth. Your life counts tremendously. Every gift you possess, every kindly word you utter, and every prayer you offer, none of these go unnoticed. Your gift settles into the heart of your being, surpassing the turmoil of your surroundings. Embrace the special way you bear my likeness in everything that you do. Create, soothe, nurture, and reflect the love that pours from my soul to yours. And remember, my hand is always extended, waiting to raise you up, even when you feel like you've fallen or lost your path. No matter what you do, I will never leave you. So, my darling, let this new chapter in our story begin with you putting your trust in me and letting my love fill you up. Whenever you feel scared or unsure, just remember who my heart goes out to you, my precious child. May you find refuge in the boundless love that I have for you. When doubts emerge, I will reassure you that you are mine and that I will never leave you. As your thoughts whirl about me like autumn leaves in the wind, I find myself acutely aware of every nuance of your emotions, pondering the extent of my awareness. Every time a tear falls from your face, my loving eyes will be there to witness it. Every time you sigh, my compassionate ears will be there to listen. I am the one who shaped your very essence, who wove you together with purpose and tenderness, and I know you better than you realize. Think about how an accomplished artist is able to capture every nuance of a work of art, down to the last stroke of the brush. I am intimately familiar with your intricacies, secrets, strengths, and shortcomings, down to the smallest detail. I look at the confusing parts of your personality, your concerns, your eccentricities, and your questions through the lens of my unfaltering love. Every part of your character has a purpose, and if you ever feel like, when you're in my company, you're never alone or misunderstood. I don't stand by aloof or uncaring. Rather, I lean in closer than you can imagine, caring about each and every one of your breaths. When you're struggling to cope with life's challenges, I am there for you, experiencing everything with you. Empathy isn't just a feeling. It's a powerful river of compassion. In the same way as a father stoops to console a weeping child, I humbly offer you the reassurance that you are never really alone when you are suffering. Remember those times when you were completely alone, when you believed no one could understand the depth of your pain. Still, I was here, even in that alone, whispering words of encouragement into the dark recesses of your soul. My compassionate love for you has no bounds. It is unaffected by your degree of consciousness or faith. And whether you recognize me or not, my commitment to you is unwavering. I yearn for the day when you'll let me hold you and participate in your pain. I watch your triumphs, even when you fail to recognize them. I take note of the times you've opted for compassion instead of anger, and I rejoice in every time you've forgiven. You bring me joy with every dreadful idea you give up to prayer, with your bravery, kindness, and determination. I will not brush these triumphs aside, because they are important to me. Your progress is a reflection of the beauty I infused in you. However, my dear, I can also sense your uncertainties, your concerns that have not been addressed, and the areas of your mind where clarity is lacking. Maybe you have trouble trusting my timing or comprehending why certain doors stay closed. My empathy extends to both your pain and your questions. I want to help you work through them by revealing my reality in a way that is both comforting and reassuring. Please confide in me, because I want you to know that I am here for you no matter what. No matter how difficult things become for you right now, I can feel the weight of your previous wounds lingering in the present, the strain of your current tribulations, and the impending future difficulties. In the face of all these challenges, I am prepared with answers that surpass your wildest dreams, solace that surpasses even your deepest sorrow, and a steady hand that will not let you fall. My child, I also extend an invitation to, despite the world's tendency to evaluate you based on your flaws and shortcomings, I hope that by letting you view yourself through my eyes, my empathy may help you see beyond the distorted reflections that guilt and remorse could throw. You are not defined by your achievements, but by my love. In my presence there is no judgment, just a profound desire to see you thrive as the whole person I made you to be, so don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone. Through the intensity of my stare, I want you to know that my love for you has no bounds. May this knowledge permeate your being. My child, I love you more than words can express. Now, raise your eyes to meet mine and discover you will finally find the understanding and compassion you've been seeking in this sacred space of two-way communication. Here, your anxieties will melt away as my steadfast love surrounds you, and your heart will find solace. Empathy, my darling. I see the burden that sometimes envelops your soul, the quiet anxieties, the sleepless nights, the inquiries that reverberate inside your thoughts when no one else is there. On this, I would like to impart the wisdom that in your times of uncertainty, may you find solace in the tangible and unwavering presence of my voice. I am here whispering reassuring words that no one is alone. Even the strongest among us may get tired. I am aware that there will be moments when you may. If you ever feel like you've reached your breaking point, I am here to help. When you're overwhelmed by life's demands, I will be the one to hold you close, comfort you, and restore your strength. Take refuge in my tranquility, because even when life's tempests rage, I will be a rock upon which you may stand strong. No load is too great for me to bear, and I will be there for you when your heart breaks from letdown, or your hopes and aspirations seem to be dashed. I'm an expert at creating beauty from brokenness. Think back on all the tales and testimonies you've heard of people who were on the verge of despair before finding my voice and holding on to the confidence that I have not forgotten you, my child. The indications of my continuous faithfulness, such as my grace at the 11th hour, should encourage you. Do not be afraid. I am with you, and do not be discouraged, for I am your God. These words offer more meaning than just empty promises. They embody my commitment to protect and defend you. Bring your concerns to my light and see how they start to fade as you confess them to me. When you trust my heart, your anxieties lose their power and you regain calm. Something fear seeks to snatch away. I understand that you may be skeptical about the sincerity of these promises, since you've seen other people's successes while your own heart longs for relief, but I want you to know that my provision is not restricted. There is no pain, no difficulty, no secret sadness that I will not respond to. My consolation is not exclusive, and neither is my strength, save for you, my darling. Everything that you go through has a deep impact on me. As you pause to contemplate the innumerable times I have supported you, think back on the times you were worried about losing your job, your relationship, or your serenity due to a medical report. Ask yourself if I failed to be there for you during all of this, even though the answers weren't always clear. Come in the shape you expect. My loyalty never falters in the face of adversity, and in the midst of grief, I bring solace that beyond description. But how can I triumph over the insidious anxieties and agonies that afflict me on a daily basis, my dear? Listen, my child. My word is a strong fortress that will strengthen your faith. Soak in each passage and tell yourself, I'm not forsaken. My God loves me fiercely. I will rise. Because His strength is with me, whether I say these things out loud or in quiet reflection, and my thoughts are brought into harmony with the reality of heaven. Overcoming is never a one-and-done deal. Rather, it is a process, and even the longest trip eventually ends. Consists of several tiny stages, and I will be by your side through every one of them. With every prayer you say, every tear you shed, and every moment of faith when times are tough, we will weave them into a tapestry of triumph. Embrace the gradual process. Amidst the challenges, you're becoming stronger and developing your character. I will be there for you, whispering words of encouragement into your heart. When the going gets tough, I will be the one to bring you to a place of stillness. My presence is not a haven from which you can run away from reality, but rather a wellspring of power from which you may face it head on. My solace is not designed to dull your senses, but rather to give you the will to face challenges head on. Now that you have experienced my solace, my dear, I urge you to look inside and let the stillness to wash over you. I believe in your ability to recover and in the fact that everything happens for a reason, led by my sovereign care. Let my love's gentle touch cover your heart, revealing your soul's deepest layers. In those quiet corners, you may discover old wounds, silent regrets, and burdens that you have carried for far too long. Now is the moment to bring these things into the light, so they may begin to heal. I do not need perfection before I embrace you. Instead, I welcome you into my open arms, scars and all, because surrender is not about giving up or accepting your fate. It is about handing your shattered parts to the one who can fix them. Arms, take stock of the anguish you've felt, the times when life seemed unfair, and the shame you've buried deep inside your routines. This introspection, difficult as it may be, lays the groundwork for a powerful meeting with my mercy. Bring all of your transgressions, shortcomings, and remorse to me. My mercy is a never-ending well of healing water. When guilt engulfs you, keep in mind that I have read every chapter of your narrative and will not abandon you. In fact, I am drawing closer with a desire to liberate you from the burden of judgment, to alleviate your feelings of worthlessness in relation to me, and to have faith in my assurance that even though your transgressions are crimson, they will be as white as snow. Maybe you're worried that you can't heal from the hurts in your past, whether they were caused by other people or by your own carelessness. But I promise you, Snow, there is no area of your life that I can't help you overcome. Trust me as I guide you through this process. I can see beyond your current suffering to the beautiful purpose I have woven into your tale, and I will gently change your stories from ones of guilt into one of repair. Life is full of benefits, so take a minute to dwell on them. Gratitude is the soil of surrender, so think back on the times you prayed for answers, the people who pulled you up, and the moments of pure awe you experienced. Observed, may those experiences serve as a reminder that my fidelity is not a fleeting fad, but an everlasting truth. If I have been faithful before, how can I fail to be true now? May you be filled with gratitude and appreciation. Casting out the darkness of doubt, my spirit intercedes when your responsibilities are too much to bear, even in prayer. Know that you are never alone in your fight, and even in the depths of despair, I am listening. Your vulnerability already moves me more than any eloquent speech ever could. When you let your guard down and confide in me, you make room for my healing presence to pour divine healing into every wound, just like a psalm. Forgiveness is not a rejection of the suffering you've experienced. Rather, it is a key that unlocks the chain that binds you to past wrongs. It is a balm that you may use when you submit. When bitterness and anger take hold, they poison your spirit well. It's not a dismissal of injustice, but rather a demonstration of faith in my justice and mercy. When you forgive people for what they've done to you, you free yourself from the shackles of eternal debt. Fury, surrender every wrongdoing to me, and then watch as liberation breaks out like a fresh dawn. Take a moment to consider any lingering worries you may have, such as those about failing, being unlovable, or the future. May you find solace in the knowledge that I have already gone before you, making preparations for your future, and that my intentions for you are loving and hopeful. So, let go of your concerns and trust that I will guide you. Each time you let go of fear, you create space for faith to blossom, and surrender is a final act of love. It's an admission that no one else can carry the weight of your soul, and it's an invitation for me to mold your heart, refresh your mind, and reimagine your priorities. Looking at things from a different angle, when you release your grip on things you can't change, you open yourself up to receiving the things I want to give you: tranquility, completeness, and a stronger connection with my soul. Transforms into a vacant shell yearning to be brimming with my presence. Walk forward in faith, looking inside with candor and upward with hope. Place your brokenness, burdens, ambitions, and weaknesses at my feet. In exchange, I vow to be kind. This should be the turning point in your life, the time when you finally let go and let my healing light shine through all the dark places of your history. A moment when you let my love reassure you, my serenity anchor you, and my promise that I will never leave you or abandon you. Now that we have come this far, my darling, through introspection, confession, and the awareness of my readiness to bear your sorrows, I would like to invite you to come even closer to the serene, holy realm where I reside, and we may enter into an intense closeness that surpasses. In this space, when boundaries disintegrate and my spirit meets yours, every nervous thought and lingering regret dissolves. You come not with an agenda, but with a want to know me and be known by me. Listen, I know that life may be hectic and distracting at times, and that it can break your heart into a million pieces. But deep down, you have an ache that nothing material can ever fill. The need for a closer relationship with God, which you will experience when you finally acknowledge and recognize this need. You unlock the gateway to feeling my proximity in ways that soothe your restless mind and drown out the chaos. It's not about trying to win my favor with a spectacular display. Rather, It's about finding solace in the unending favor I already bestow upon you. I encourage you to rest in me without hesitation, letting your heart release the burdens it bears, just as a trusting child nestles into a loving parent's embrace, assured in the security and belonging that is found there. Entrust all your nervous thoughts to my expert hands. Some nights, you may lie awake with your worries weighing you down. When that happens, find comfort in my warm presence and whisper your concerns to me. In this holy closeness, there is no need to pretend. You need not hide the wounds you carry. You will discover that my proximity is not confined to times of formal prayer, but extends into every breath you take. Where your humanity meets my divinity, where honesty opens the door, is where I wish to meet you. At the intersection of your defenses and the core of who you actually are, in the recesses of your heart or elsewhere. Healing and change may begin when you let your guard down and find that I embrace you completely, flaws and all. My love is unwavering, regardless of how you portray yourself, and it remains constant, even when you feel like giving up. Vulnerabilities. Think of how a loyal friend listens carefully to every tale, every victory, and every tragedy. I am that friend, and much more. Furthermore, I have the ability to repair, refresh, and revitalize your soul in the stillness of genuine. In our time together, you may feel my answer to your prayers, which may not always come as resounding revelations, but may take the form of quiet stirrings in your soul, a wave of serenity, words of encouragement that are in harmony with my word, or even just a little nudge in the right direction. Nuanced expressions, they are manifestations of my affectionate discourse with your spirit. However, our closeness also goes through phases, similar to the changing seasons. There may be moments when you sense my physical presence, like a radiant summer day. No matter how quiet it gets, I'm always here, strengthening your trust and instructing you to depend on what you know about my character, even when it seems like you're traveling through winter's stillness and wondering where the warmth has gone. Instead of getting caught up in passing feelings, my work often develops under the surface. Have faith that new life is stirring, even if you can't see it just yet. As we delve deeper into this period of rest, let my words to let the scriptures become your dwelling place. They are more than just old texts. They are a live river of truth that reveals my heart. Whether you reflect on a single verse or delve into whole portions, my spirit is ready to breathe those words into you. Embrace the stories of redemption, the psalms of praise and lament, and the teachings of hope. Let them sink into your heart as you read and imagine each promise as a personal declaration of my love. In them, you will find me waiting to converse with you, revealing my nature, one revelation at a time. Worship is also a part of my plan. Music is more than just words on a page. It's the expression of your dedication as a response to God's call on your life. Whether you're at a holy gathering or singing in the quiet of your own home, your voice opens a portal into His presence. As you turn your focus from earthly concerns to my everlasting dominion, even a little expression of thanksgiving spoken during suffering may be a profound act of devotion that reverberates. Resting in my presence is not a kind of laziness, but rather the anchoring of your identity in who I am. As you build this life of closeness, remember that it goes beyond the present moment. It allows me to mold your desires and settle your uncertainties in the quiet of this communion you share. We'll find the inner fortitude to confront adversity with a calm and collected spirit. Anxieties crumble in the face of my boundless love for you. May this closeness serve as your anchor, a place you can always return to, no matter where life takes you or how busy you get. I want you to embrace this need as a sacred invitation. Seek me out every day in the midst of your joys and sorrows, in your simplest moments, in your spontaneous prayers, and you will discover that my heart is already bent toward you. I delight in your companionship more than you can imagine, my darling child. Open your heart to the wonder of my divine artistry. The universe is filled with glimpses of my majesty. The door is open, and the table is prepared. Come and rest in me. In these moments of tranquility, let your soul be enchanted by sacred visions that go beyond what the eye can perceive. From the tiniest wildflower penetrating concrete to the universe spinning in perfect harmony, every part of creation reflects a portion of my glory. Imagine yourself standing beside the crashing waves of the ocean, each one a symbol of the immense and uncontrollable challenge you face. Yet, imagine my hand reaching out, dividing the turbulent waters so you can walk upon them, your gaze fixed on the path ahead. When I put my faith in you, my fears melt away, and the seemingly insurmountable becomes a pathway of faith. I will keep my word and ensure that you will never perish. After all, I am the one who controls the elements, so even the wind and the waves will bow to my will. This covering is not made of earthly materials, but rather my everlasting love. It envelops you like a shield, protecting you from the arrows of doubt and judgment. When life storms hit, wrap yourself in this cloak and let it remind you that embrace the safety of my shelter, where the wings of the Almighty provide protection from the fiercest winds and darkest nights. As you gaze onto the horizon, see my glittering sword, illuminated by the light of heaven. This sword is not designed to terrify you, but to protect you from. There are invisible wars that go on inside your heart, whispering falsehoods of unworthiness and insecurity. But fear not, because I am your sword of truth, ready to sever every untruth. And when your spirit is bound by previous regrets, I will break their shackles, so you need not be afraid. As I fight for you, I will surely win. I want you to stand steadfastly in that victory, believing that even the mountains will bow and move when I say so. The mountains may seem impassable now, but the one who made them can make them fall. When you put your trust in my power, rather than in the size of the mountain, miracles begin to happen. Remember, nothing is impossible with God. Even deserts can bloom under my touch. When faced with life's formidable obstacles, hold fast to these beliefs. Imagine the shackles of addiction, guilt, or sadness slipping away as you let go and place your trust in me. I am like a master locksmith. I hold the key that unlocks your heart. Here I am, freeing you from every shackle that has held you back from experiencing the abundant joy that I have planned for you. As I gently wipe the tears from your eyes, I will lead you on a path of liberation. Your anguish is precious to me, and I will hold on to each tear as a testament to the intensity of your experience. At the same time, I promise you relief, a comfort that goes beyond what humans can comprehend, a tenderness that eases even the most profound agony. As you surrender your sadness to me, I will observe. Your pain is a thread in a vast tapestry that has been weaved over the ages. I will not let a single one of your joys or sorrows go to waste, since they all contribute to my everlasting purpose. Your life is valuable to me, and I will not let my creative hand wander from it, even if you see only tangled mess. Instead, I see a lively masterpiece in work, and you can trust my expertise as a master weaver. I am both ferocious in protecting you and unendingly caring for you. Let these pictures soak into your soul as a mirror of my transcendent strength and unwavering care. The lyrical language I use is not for show, but to communicate the depth of my love for you. When you feel discouraged or doubtful, remember these divine pictures. Remember that you walk on water by faith and that you wear a mantle. I am the God of the impossible and the God of intimate closeness. I am also the Lord of heaven's armies and the shepherd who knows every hair on your head. Of love that you wield my sword of truth and that mountains bow before my command, remember the chains that have fallen away and the tears I have gently wiped from your face. Let these vivid scenes serve as anchors grounding you in my steadfast promises. You do not stand alone in your battles or your triumphs. I am with you always, my child. Take heart as I draw you closer to the wealth of my promises. treasures that flow directly from my boundless heart to yours throughout your journey. You have felt my nearness, seen glimpses of my protection, and experienced the power of surrender. Now I long to reveal the abundant blessings and deep transformation that naturally follow when you walk hand in hand with me. I understand the longing in your heart for real and lasting change. Maybe you have felt stuck in certain patterns, habits. You cannot break fears that grip your mind or relationships that seem impossible to mend. Know that I am the God who sees possibilities where you see only dead ends. I specialize in bringing rivers of hope to desert places and calling life out of barren ground. In the same way seeds lie hidden and dormant before blossoming into vibrant flowers, so too can your soul emerge from seasons of emptiness into flourishing trust that I am at work beneath the surface, nurturing and preparing your spirit to burst forth in newness. Transformation is rarely instant. You may question whether my promises are truly for you when progress seems slow, yet every act of obedience, every prayer whispered in faith, every tear shed in earnest surrender, these are sacred investments that yield a harvest at the appointed time. Do not lose hope when the answers you seek do not appear on your timetable. My wisdom far exceeds human understanding, and I know precisely when to bring each promise to fruition. Between the planting of a seed, on the day of reaping, there is a season of waiting, of watering, nurturing, and patient faith. Accept my assurance. I am the God who repairs. I heal broken dreams, failing relationships, and ignored callings. If you have felt that certain roads are closed forever, remember that nothing is irredeemable in my hands. Relationships that have collapsed under the weight of misunderstanding can be resurrected with forgiveness, honesty, and divine intervention. Old wounds that once festered can heal to become testimony of my compassion. Even the darkest chapters in your life narrative can be changed into pages of redemption, shining as a witness that I squander nothing. Lean on me, allowing my grace to rewrite the narrative of your past and mold the promise of your future. Benefits in my kingdom are not confined to money gain. While I delight in providing for your necessities, the finest benefits frequently appear as inner serenity that defies circumstances, joy that blossoms even in sadness, and a feeling of completeness no worldly pursuit can supply. When you commit your heart to me, I swap your worry for my tranquility, your grieving for my peace, and your perception of want for my sufficiency. These benefits may sometimes arrive gently, like a gentle dawn. Nevertheless, their influence endures well beyond transient moments of happiness. Additionally, my child, comprehend that my gifts have a purpose beyond your personal satisfaction. They are created to flow through you, impacting the lives of people around you. When I bless you monetarily, it is so you may become a conduit of giving to the impoverished, the lonely, and the afflicted. When I bring you serenity, it is that you could reflect my calm to others in upheaval. When I rebuild your relationships, it is so others might experience my healing power at work. You are not only the receiver of my benefits, you are a channel through my splendor is on show when you undergo the change I intend for you. This transformation may require you to prune your comfort zone in order to rid yourself of poisonous attitudes, destructive behaviors, or detrimental influences. This pruning process may be unpleasant, but it is necessary. Just like a gardener who cuts back on overgrown branches, I want to remove anything that isn't serving your spiritual progress. Please know that I do this completely out of love, never out of wrath or judgment. And my aim is always I have planted dreams and visions in your heart that are in harmony with my will. Dreams of making a difference in your community, following your vocation, or caring for a family. I want you to reach full maturity so that you might produce fruit that respects my name. Pay careful attention. Given my methods, maybe you've buried your dreams behind a mountain of cynicism or self-doubt. I encourage you to dig them out and put them in my hands. I'll give new life to your God-given passions, unlocking doors you thought were closed and supplying the resources you needed. Beyond your wildest dreams, dare to dream once again, for I am the sower and the harvester. While you press on in faith, never forget that I have the plans for your life laid out, and that with each passing day comes a chance for even greater change. I am the one who sees the big picture, so believe me when we go into the unknown. I delight in sharing this adventure with you, celebrating your triumphs and consoling you when you're going through tough times. Your tale is being written with you are not alone. Your life has meaning, and I will keep my word to accomplish the things I have promised you. May these promises take root in your heart, my darling, and may every season bring you joy. Whether you are on the verge of a breakthrough or deep in the valley of questioning, know that my blessings and change are not just concepts, but live realities. I am confident in my grace, my time, and my unfaltering love. As I pour out my love for you, I want you to be open and receptive so that I may lavish it upon you. Now sit quietly and listen. Do you hear the questions I have for you? Permit me to participate in these concealed dialogues with you, now that I am no longer frightened of your inquiries or concerns. They are like worries that arise in the stillness, or doubts that periodically rise like shadows at twilight, softly testing your trust. I want you to know that I am not offended by your doubts. On the contrary, I encourage them. Sincere conversation leads to greater trust, and it's natural to wonder why things happened the way they did or where you were when I needed you most. If you bring your problems into my presence, I will be able to cure them, just as a doctor may find the source of a patient's discomfort by illuminating the underlying issues. Want to share truth that heals your broken heart and tackles the root of your fears? Maybe you battle with the fear of falling short, fearful that your flaws will overshadow the talents I gave you. Here is my comforting voice. I choose you. I am always mindful of your imperfections, but I am captivated by the exquisiteness of your spirit. Your slip-ups do not exclude you from my plan, but rather they bring my grace to the forefront. When you fall, I do not abandon you. In spite of all that has happened to you, I am here to help you overcome your weaknesses and become the person God always intended you to be. Let this reality change the way you see yourself. You are loved and cherished, and my unwavering love has molded you into a child. Changes may come to relationships, health may fluctuate, and so on. But even in these times of uncertainty, I am here to be your steady rock. So why are you afraid of what the future holds? Is it because you question my ability to provide for you, or if you are doubting your capacity to persevere? Confide in me as a caring educator, and I will show you the path to tranquility by assuring you that tomorrow is fully under my control. My unwavering commitment to you yesterday is proof that I will not abandon you today. You know, tomorrow that sometimes hurts from the past come rushing back, and it's hard to trust because you're afraid of more suffering. I can see the scars, and I remember the exact moment they were hurt, and my heart breaks along with yours as we grieve the injustice or betrayal that you endured. So, my child, do you think I can redeem even that darkness? I know you're wondering why I had to go through this and how good can come out of something so terrible. But I'll tell you how everything has worked out for a purpose, how I've crafted empathy and strength into you. Even though you're not perfect, wounds can become symbols of your strength and a testament to my grace rather than a source of shame. When you're going through tough times, you may ask yourself, am I enough? Or, could God really love me given everything I've been through? I have loved you from the beginning, before you could win or lose my favor. My fondness for you is based on my basic nature, which is love, not on how well you perform. Let your heart rest in this, since my word will anchor you in reality. Desired, beloved, and cherished, instead of keeping your vulnerabilities hidden, expose them to me, and see how my strength is magnified by your vulnerability. Engaging in this holy conversation entails not just inquiring, but also attentively listening for my answer, which will soothe the chaos in your life Disconnect from all other influences, escape the never-ending rush, and find a quiet place to sit with me in my presence. I frequently communicate with you via a passage that strikes a chord, a gentle nudging in your soul, or other means. If the answers don't come right away, don't give up. Instead, have an open mind and heart, whether it's from a friend's words of encouragement or the wonders of nature. My voice may not always sound like thunder, but it will always be kind and melodic. My timetable is longer than the pressingness of your inquiries. At times, I am orchestrating events in ways you do not yet understand, and I am preparing your heart to receive the completeness of my response. Have faith in me while you wait, and know that I will never ignore your cries, but rather hold them in the highest regard, like a priceless gem. I am the deity of subtlety, well versed in all the nuances of human nature, and I am always willing to listen and reveal myself at the right time, my dear child. No inner struggle is too difficult for my compassion. In a humble act of worship, bring all your problems, doubts, and frustrations to me. Show me that you trust I am capable of handling them. Release your urge to solve everything independently, and let me help you. Let me ease your burden, calm the storms inside you, and ground you in the surety of my love. Bring these questions you've expressed and place them at my feet, my darling. In an open and honest talk with me, you will discover both. May you find the courage to face your concerns and the wisdom to let go of your doubts as we go forward. Stay open, because I have more guidance to help you navigate life's challenges, knowledge to light your way, and a renewing hope that overcomes all obstacles, my dear. As you travel through faith, I encourage you to be vigilant. You have experienced my love and found safety in my embrace, but the world you live in is filled with many diversions and subtle traps. This message is not intended to scare you, but to help you recognize that you need to be vigilant in order to progress spiritually. The adversary of your soul takes pleasure in planting the seeds of doubt, negativity, and fear, which will eventually lead to the abundant life I wish for you. Protect the blessings I have bestowed upon you by being vigilant and firmly rooted in my truth. Be wary of the subtle but pervasive negative thoughts, such as pessimism, despair, cynicism, or continual griping. I want you to be able to detect when negative ideas are creeping in, not to be hard on yourself for having them, but to quickly overcome them so that they don't take root and eat away at your soul, stealing the happiness and appreciation that I want you to have. Let them shine in my light. Give them over to me, and let my message refresh your thoughts. A single prayer can reset your outlook, and a single act of gratitude can put out the fires of negativity. When discussions veer into criticism or slander, stop and ask yourself whether the words you're about to speak have the power to bring light into dark corners and express love to people around you. People talk trash about other people all the time to cover up their own feelings of inferiority or insecurity, but it breaks my heart because even a seemingly harmless comment can cause serious harm if spoken carelessly. Pick wisely which one to let go of. Bitterness is a dangerous trap that can poison your outlook if left unchecked. It may grow from pent-up anger or unhealed wounds, but it can also be a genuine manifestation of grief and betrayal. Forming inside of you, do not let it fester. Instead, bring it to me so that I can ease the pain, and may forgiveness become a salve for your soul. Forgiveness is not about denying the hurt ever happened. Rather, it is about liberating yourself from its release, the offender, and yourself from the shackles of bitterness via grace. It's a deep act of stewardship that preserves the wellspring of love I have put within you. Temptation may take many shapes. Whether it takes the form of an unhealthy relationship, addictive behavior, or an inner urge to compromise your integrity, temptation targets you with its hollow and fleeting promises of instant gratification, a quick path to fulfillment, or a temporary escape from pain. In times of difficulty, you may lean on me for strength. I will not condemn you for your trials, but I will bring the serenity and joy you need to avoid temptation. I have asked you to be a light in the world, so there's no need to cut connections with everyone who doesn't share your beliefs. But when some relationships encourage you, it may help you find a way out and the strength to overcome. To avoid falling into dangerous habits or compromising your spirituality, it may be wise to set boundaries, seek out the company of people who encourage you to appreciate good actions, and surround yourself with godly. The support and guidance of friends and mentors is like sowing seeds in rich soil. With their words of encouragement and holding you to account, you'll grow strong and resilient. When times are tough, resist the temptation to get spiritually complacent. Fall into a rut and rest on your laurels, but my spirit longs for a continual connection with you, a vibrant communion that happens every day. When you get complacent, your enthusiasm wanes, leaving you open to the devil's avoid, letting yesterday's revelation turn into stale bread by feeding your soul frequently via prayer, worship, and absorption in Scripture. Keep your heart open to fresh experiences with my presence. Seek me out every day and watch what you let into your heart, mind, and ears as I unveil more of my character and my plans for you. Be careful with the media you watch, the discussions you engage in, and the pictures you look at. May my spirit imprint itself on your soul, and may you be guided to understand when to turn away from influences that taint your thoughts or make you less sensitive to my voice. A careful heart is not afraid of anything, but rather a heart that chooses to continue to be open, honest, and receptive, so that my love may flow freely through you. Above all, keep in mind that being vigilant is a demonstration of love. Love for me, love for yourself, and love for the community around you. May your life be a testament to my power and a reflection of my grace. Whenever you choose light over darkness, you join forces with my spirit to provide hope to a world that is suffering. My child, do not get tired in being vigilant, especially when faced with embrace accountability with others on this path of faith through challenges, bad thoughts, or the allure of complacency. Remember, you are not alone. My spirit is waiting to lead and empower you. Lean into my strength. Anchor yourself in my truth. Stay vigilant and trust me. I have placed splendor in your heart, and I want you to flower in all its intended splendor. My darling, take a moment to sit in the stillness of your heart with me, and let the wonder of my presence swell your soul. Reflections on: I want you to know that there is a hidden treasure I have for you, and that is the awe that comes from seeing me for who I really am. Being a kid isn't being naive, it's just being in a posture of wonder that acknowledges immeasurable grandeur and embraces unexpected revelations. Contemplate the way dawnlight breaks the blackness of night at that profound but simple instant of creation, reflecting my character that is unwavering and loyal to. In the midst of ordinary miracles, the quiet connection between dear friends, the first signs of spring after a long winter, or the ebb and flow of a sunrise, sometimes the most profound revelations about my nature emerge. I craft these moments so you may. It's easy to let daily routines and duties dull your capacity for amazement, even if you could feel the depth of my imagination and the careful care I pour into each detail. Marvels like this can easily pass you by. My darling, do not let the fleeting moments of beauty that I have painted upon your world, the brushstrokes of my handiwork, or the singularity of your own existence, pass unnoticed as you dash from one chore to the next. Possess the gift of wonder as you reevaluate your surrounds, letting thankfulness ignite the awareness of my fingerprints in each sunrise, shared smile, and act of kindness. As you stand in awe before my works, your soul becomes more sensitive to my voice. As you listen to the watching the moonlight dance on quiet waters, or listening to a wind through trees, may become a prayer that is both wordless and extremely personal. This wonder does more than just bring you into my presence. It also inspires thankfulness and trust, remembering that I am immeasurably more than I am the one who hung the stars in the night sky, but I also invite you to live among you. Thus, you may completely understand, and yet I desire to dwell among you. Majestic yet near, lofty yet deeply connected, let yourself delight in this tension. You are my name, and I have created universes beyond your wildest dreams. Yet even the temptation targets you with its hollow and fleeting promises of instant gratification, a quick path to fulfillment, or a temporary escape from pain. In times of difficulty, you may lean on me for strength. I will not condemn you for your trials, but I will bring the serenity and joy you need to avoid temptation. I have asked you to be a light in the world, so there's no need to cut connections with everyone who doesn't share your beliefs. But when some relationships encourage you, it may help you find a way out and the strength to overcome. To avoid falling into dangerous habits or compromising your spirituality, it may be wise to set boundaries, seek out the company of people who encourage you to appreciate good actions, and surround yourself with godly. The support and guidance of friends and mentors is like sowing seeds in rich soil. With their words of encouragement and holding you to account, you'll grow strong and resilient. When times are tough, resist the temptation to get spiritually complacent. Fall into a rut and rest on your laurels, but my spirit longs for a continual connection with you, a vibrant communion that happens every day. When you get complacent, your enthusiasm wanes, leaving you open to the devil's avoid, letting yesterday's revelation turn into stale bread by feeding your soul frequently via prayer, worship, and absorption in Scripture. Keep your heart open to fresh experiences with my presence. Seek me out every day and watch what you let into your heart, mind, and ears as I unveil more of my character and my plans for you. Be careful with the media you watch, the discussions you engage in, and the pictures you look at. May my spirit imprint itself on your soul, and may you be guided to understand when to turn away from influences that taint your thoughts or make you less sensitive to my voice. A careful heart is not afraid of anything, but rather a heart that chooses to continue to be open, honest, and receptive, so that my love may flow freely through you. Above all, keep in mind that being vigilant is a demonstration of love. Love for me, love for yourself, and love for the community around you. May your life be a testament to my power and a reflection of my grace. Whenever you choose light over darkness, you join forces with my spirit to provide hope to a world that is suffering. My child, do not get tired in being vigilant, especially when faced with embrace accountability with others on this path of faith through challenges, bad thoughts, or the allure of complacency. Remember, you are not alone. My spirit is waiting to lead and empower you. Lean into my strength. Anchor yourself in my truth. Stay vigilant and trust me. I have placed splendor in your heart, and I want you to flower in all its intended splendor. My darling, take a moment to sit in the stillness of your heart with me, and let the wonder of my presence swell your soul. Reflections on: I want you to know that there is a hidden treasure I have for you, and that is the awe that comes from seeing me for who I really am. Being a kid isn't being naive, it's just being in a posture of wonder that acknowledges immeasurable grandeur and embraces unexpected revelations. Contemplate the way dawnlight breaks the blackness of night at that profound but simple instant of creation, reflecting my character that is unwavering and loyal to. In the midst of ordinary miracles, the quiet connection between dear friends, the first signs of spring after a long winter, or the ebb and flow of a sunrise, sometimes the most profound revelations about my nature emerge. I craft these moments so you may. It's easy to let daily routines and duties dull your capacity for amazement, even if you could feel the depth of my imagination and the careful care I pour into each detail. Marvels like this can easily pass you by. My darling, Do not let the fleeting moments of beauty that I have painted upon your world, the brushstrokes of my handiwork, or the singularity of your own existence, pass unnoticed as you dash from one chore to the next. Possess the gift of wonder as you reevaluate your surrounds, letting thankfulness ignite the awareness of my fingerprints in each sunrise, shared smile, and act of kindness. As you stand in awe before my works, your soul becomes more sensitive to my voice. As you listen to the watching the moonlight dance on quiet waters, or listening to a wind through trees, may become a prayer that is both wordless and extremely personal. This wonder does more than just bring you into my presence. It also inspires thankfulness and trust, remembering that I am immeasurably more than I am the one who hung the stars in the night sky, but I also invite you to live among you. Thus, you may completely understand, and yet I desire to dwell among you. Majestic yet near, lofty yet deeply connected, let yourself delight in this tension. You are my name, and I have created universes beyond your wildest dreams. Yet even the smallest elements of your day bring me joy, and I am both magnificent and kind when your heart falls in awe of me. Seek for times of standing in wonder. May they serve as a wellspring that renews your dedication, deepens your appreciation, and revitalizes your faith. May pride fade away as humility guides you into a deeper sense of my nearness. And welcome the gift. Feeling awestruck, as if you were a little kid staring up at the night sky, you will discover a newfound faith and a revitalized sense of delight in this sacred awe. Holding you close, my precious child, the cosmos also embraces you. We have traveled this path together, sharing words of comfort, gentle correction, and unfailing support. My heart overflows with love for you, enveloping you in a heavenly embrace, and I vow that with each new chapter I bring you closer to this love. I'm here to help you let go of your worries and invite you to put your faith in me through the good times and the bad, right now. Once this letter comes to a close, I want to assure you with a strong voice that you are always remembered, that you are cherished, and that there is hope for a bright future for you in my heart. Attentively review the information we provided on how you started this adventure by coming into my embrace, experiencing the comfort of being completely acknowledged. And my love has shown to you that I am empathetic, and my gaze is fixed squarely on you at all times. My ability to ease your troubled spirit and assure you of my readiness to help you overcome any obstacle is boundless. Relieve you of your troubles and lead you to tranquility. I have extended an invitation for you to introspection and letting go of sorrow and remorse, and place them in my hands. I have led you through concrete methods to put your religion into practice, such as via prayer, forgiveness, and little acts of kindness. Throughout the day, I have captivated you with lyrical descriptions of my formidable strength, protective cloak, and strong protecting sword. I have spoken to you from the depths of darkness, promising you a life of serenity and blessings I have had an open and frank conversation with your spirit on matters both intimate and broad. Finally, answering all the unsaid concerns and questions, you have been warned to be watchful in protecting the valuable information that I have implanted in you via these communications. Merge into a one truth. My love is the fabric that binds all of your experiences together. It's the rock upon which your faith rests, the fortress you rely on when times are tough, and the symbol you wave over everything. Melody, my love remains unwavering, even when you doubt or fail, leading you to a beacon of hope that shines brightly despite the darkness you may encounter, and through all your happiness, I will be at your side, a true partner. May you find solace in your sorrows and joy in your achievements, my child, and may hope blossom inside you. Just as the sun rises, my hope does not lay in denying reality, but in my unwavering conviction that I am more than any hurdle, because I have the vision to look past my current problems and into a future full with opportunities, prospects, and when your spirit wanes, May my message serve as a reminder that I have triumph over the world when your thoughts struggle with fears. Listen to the voice of my soul. Tranquility among the mayhem when the path ahead is almost endless. The accounts of those who have experienced my unwavering loyalty throughout their most difficult times, coming out even stronger afterwards. I implore you to keep seeking my presence every day. Make it a habit to seek me out in the mundane, in the beauty of stillness. First thing in the morning, among the joy of laughing with friends, in the peaceful serenity of peacefulness, pausing in the midst of hectic times to whisper my name, beckoning me into each I talk frequently. So in everything that you do and think, keep your heart tuned to my whispers. By use of subtle, listen with care methods, you'll discover that I am never not right there with you, but always willing to join you in the fabric of your daily life. Invest in the fellowship of believers, the people who walk this journey with you, and don't forget to do the same. No one was ever intended to endure this, therefore I pray for those who lovingly discipline you and rejoice in your triumphs. Way through life alone, my church is like a family and a safe haven, where we may all find solace and grow in our religion. We should strive for unity instead, then humility, in place of arrogance, and service in place of, with the ties of Christian fellowship, you will find support to always be there, to encourage one another to do good deeds, and go further dedication as you go ahead from the holy reading and contemplation period. Remember these things, because you are my redeemed, cherished child, and